One of my card is doing weird sounds. I don't like that. Bonjour, hi, welcome to the stream. I'm Frank Boucher, your host for the next 2 hours. Today we'll be starting for a few minutes sharing an update. It's been many weeks since I didn't stream, so I want to share why. It's not because I don't like you. I love you, and I love streaming and learning and trying and building stuff. So I was just, was busy. So I want to share a little bit of that, a little bit of news, upcoming news, GitKon events, Hacktoberfest. Let's chat about that too. Hacktoberfest, what's your plan about that? Are you participating or just like looking at pass? And then I want to share with you a new project, but since I didn't touch this project for 4, 5, 6 weeks, I'm rusty. And I want to share because I found a new technology, not new technology, but a tool that I fall in love with it. And anyway, so I want to share that with you. So that's the plan of today. And if everything goes super fast, then we can continue this new project. And also, I want to tell you more about that new project. So hello, hope. Well, how do you say that? You're buckle up because we're getting started. So yeah, I didn't stream like there was I was focusing on a new community project and a lot of meetings like with the Microsoft MVPs, so community people, and a lot of them are like MVPs are across the globe, but so like my morning we're busy like meeting them. So every time I had like meeting and stuff like that. So I felt like I should help them instead of like just having fun online with you in the cloud. I was like, you know what, let's be serious, make sure they are started correctly and stuff like that. So that's why I didn't stream for that long. And I think in the mix, there was another reason, I forgot what, but yeah, now I'm back. Happy to be back. And CB is here, or you should be here. What's that? Weird music. Okay, CB is here. Excellent. Does the game works? The game's dropped. And Stefan is here too. Welcome back, Stefan. I'm Frank, in case you forgot after all those weeks. How are you? How was your break of Frank? um. Okay. So yeah. So that's it for the cryptographer land. Pretty cool. Who land two? Was two landing? Code by mistake. Cool, cool. Oh, Stefan land with 13. So place for improvement. Excellent. I'm sorry, but that music is a little bit too. I don't know if you can hear that, but I don't like it. There's lo-fi and like sexy chill, and I didn't like that saxophone thing. Maybe we could. Can we? Oh, there's house. Let's try that. What can I say? I like techno music when I'm working. Okay, let me know if the music is feels too wrong for you. Okay. For me, it's early, but I like this type of music when I'm focusing. The other one was very very smooth. Anyway, I should build my own playlist from those Aris playlist. I have something in my eye, of course. Okay, so what I want to share was was some news. So, where is it? What? Ah, that's why you were doing some weird noise. As you can see. Okay, let's try that. If I do this, does it come back? This one? It was working a second ago. So why did you stop? Go, go, go. Why it's not working? Doing fine, so Stefan is sharing news. Doing fine, busy with Copilot, Loop, and all the new stuff which is going to be released. Loop? There's update on Loop? So why it's not working now? That's weird. It was working a second ago. Damn it. Deactivate. Activate. Just like I was saying before we start a stream, what would be a stream without some technical issue? And my screen does how I'm supposed to be sharing my stuff if you're... Ah, there it is. Okay. So let's do that again with him. A little bit of backstage. Come on. Oh, maybe I swapped the USB port? Let's try that. Could it be that simple? Okay. Okay. Deactivate. Activate. Okay, so that's nothing. Let's put it back. There it is. I don't know what it was. At least now it's back. Excellent. Cool. And we're back. Okay. Yes, it's going to be out of preview soon. Some preview loops. Are we talking about the... because I start using loop. And I can I show that? Oops. That one. It's supposed to be staying backstage. Loop.microsoft.com. Microsoft.com. Are you talking about that one, Stefan? Oh yeah, okay, it's in preview. So some feature are not yet. Feedback. What's next? Ideas. So we're using it at the office a little bit, but I'm not sure like if the version we're using is which version it is. Since it's online, it's a service. Sometime we do the dog food. We have early access. And I know the future of that will be cool, where you could bring some information from Word document and stuff. GNTV landed. What's this? Jason N is here, or is just like one of the digital friend? I should drop too, huh? If I want to be part of the cool boys. Oh, no. Okay. So yeah. So let's share a little bit. Not that. GitKon. GitKon, not me. GitKon. I will be speaking at GitKon. So super cool event. Let me drop the. It's a free event online coming up October 24, 26. A lot of pretty cool speaker. Not talking about me, but cool people, and tons of very smart people. I'm not saying that because I see this guy. This guy is doing an introduction. I'm doing an introduction of Git and GitHub. Realize speaking with multiple people that often it's confusing. People prefer using USB keys or like different things. So I thought, let's try to make something very, very introduction level. So like that's the goal of my session, is kind of convince you to stop using USB key and start using Git instead to share works and stuff like that. Like, but very, very smart people. Pretty cool across the globe. Hey, I know that one. Rizal. Awesome. And it was another one also I know. Like there's so many people I heard of. Yeah, Sarah Lean is there too. I didn't know she was part of the event. That's cool. So very excited about this. So please go register if you're interested. There's a lot of things that will be announced at GitKon. I'm big fan of their tools. In fact, that's one of the things that was open here. There was a release note, though I'm not sure. Like usually, I like to go through that. But today we have a lot of stuff, so I'm not sure we'll be doing it. But there's cloud patches, kind of a quick fix to share. I'm not sure what it is exactly, so I will need to try it. But I feel like it's kind of a temporary branch, so you could share that to others. Pretty cool. You could snooze and pin some of the PR issue or stuff you have. There's a lot more customization. One of them is let's go on. Well, that one is pretty drab. Let's go on URL shortener, for example. So like because now I'm very zoomed. Let's go zoomed out a little bit. So like there's the tree. So that's cool. You could make it like this. I like seeing the tree. But now you can go and customize it and change to have compact. If you don't care about like seeing who did it and stuff. I like to do that, to see those visuals, because how do I zoom again on that computer? 8? Yeah, because whoa, some of them are not me. So I like that. It's a project I built. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. There's the terminal also. I've been having fun with the terminal, and they have a CLI, so Git Kraken. Now you have like bunch of information. you could do. That's pretty cool if you want to see like all the issue of like a working space, a workspace, or stuff like that. So that's amazing. So a workspace is, and I'm trying to do that, but since like I've been not very active for a little while, it's kind of like, whoops, the other way. See, I haven't forgot which side is my screen. It's been too long. So like there's not a lot of activities, but you could see all the inside. So if you're working on different projects, you could see like a lot of interesting insight about your stuff. You could see like all the pull requests across multiple repo. So workspace is you put a bunch of different repos in a group, and then like you could query that in one shot. So I think it's cool. So I create one behind my cloud here. So that's all the projects. If I go repositories, I put all those repo in it. And I should add one. I should add this one. 2D6. Yeah. Yeah, I did. Oh, is it confirm? Yeah, cool. So like, and like you could fetch all in the same thing, and like I think it's pretty cool. And if you have Teams, right now I don't work a lot with Teams, but that could be also very interesting. Talking about the URL shortener, that's also another news I want to share with you. So AZ URL shortener, we worked last stream, in fact, that was the project we worked on. And we were working on the CI/CD. So let's go back to URL shortener. So URL shortener, let's share this project in the chat. Voila. So URL shortener, we started project a little while ago, and it's a URL shortener. Give a long URL, give you back a short URL, and it run in your Azure subscription, cost about a few pence, I don't know, like 10 cents, 25 cents by month. So you have full control of everything. You own the data, you own the statistics and everything. It was a project that we created, but like I needed it for my, like when I was doing video. I think, do I have a, like there's tons of collaborator on that project now, and it's been moved to Microsoft, on the Microsoft side. So now it's part of the Microsoft open source project, and we have been working on, I cannot show you that. We've been working on a new version. Can I go in discussion? No? Okay, let's go. We'll keep this in my clipboard. Let's go in the other profile. When I'm Frank, since I'm an admin, I need to be on my work PC to like go on multiple windows. So that's why I cannot show you. But now I'm unregistered, or I create a new account in this browser profile. So I have less privilege, so I could show you more stuff. So we're working right now on a new version. The idea was it will be functional, you will have security, and it will really be like we're having like URL shortener core, and like you could wrap it up in multiple different service that you want to use. So if you want to create something in Logic App or a Power Automate, bunch of stuff, or it'll build a CLI on top of that, you will be able, because there will be like a core function. So we did work on the CLI, and everything so it compiles, no error, it deploys, no error, all the resources are there, but nothing happens. It's just kind of, my intuition tells me that the config file are not set properly, read properly. I think it's like how we read, like in the dependency injection. I think I'm not reading it correctly. But right now, like I have many different things, and I did open it a few times, look at the code, but you know how it is sometimes, like because I'm wrote it or I'm too much in it, I don't see it. So since it's the Hacktoberfest that just started, um, do you do you know what Hacktoberfest is? Then let's Hacktoberfest. 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 It's a celebration of open source. Help people to collaborate and things like that, and there's prizes and things like that. So you should definitely try to jump. Let's put the URL there. I did start. So there's many different ways to participate. You could be collaborating, contributing. That's the word I was looking for. Contributing to the ChatGPT-4. Let's talk about it after, okay? Meme PP. So you could contribute by coding. You could contribute by adding to documentation and things like that. So for the URL shortener, I did create a new discussion here. It's Oktoberfest, and I will put that in the chat because I'm looking for help. So like I pushed everything in the PR and kind of explain what it is, and I need help. I need someone to see. It's probably obvious, but I just don't see it. So I need people to like finish this PR so we could push it. And after that, I will need a lot of help to refresh all the documentation, make sure this project is good. So whatever you're like, you're comfortable doing C# and Azure Function, because I think it's there. Have a look. If you want to participate more in the documentation and stuff like that, so it's the deployment, I think following the usual deployment and then like, oh no, it's not there anymore, it's like this, doing the new screenshot and things like that, I think it's a good way to get started in Oktoberfest. So that was my announcement. And ChatGPT-4, I think it's cool. I don't know. What do you want to know? Hello, Fuel. Fuel is here. Welcome aboard. How are you? And it's not Fuel. It's Fuel Snuddle. ChatGPT 6 for me. I play with ChatGPT. I didn't use it much. Is useless? Interesting. No, I don't think ChatGPT is useless. I think it depends on what you do. I was talking the other day with someone like want to do something with I was talking with someone the other day and they were talking about what's the other one for images? DALL-E. They were trying to do something with DALL-E and it was not working. But it's not because it was not working in their specific requirement that DALL-E is useless. Now they're looking for DALL-E 4 because there's some feature that wasn't present in DALL-E 3 that will be present in DALL-E 4. And honestly, I didn't know that whatever it is, like, for example, if you're asking an image to DALL-E, because it's like creative, like it will never be the same thing, right? So if you're asking, give me like a cool, since GitKraken is like, feel like the, how do you say that? I know. Haha, I forgot. Fellowship of Ring. How do you say that's, how do you say that in English? Forgot the name of that series in English. Ring, something Ring. Is it Ring? Kings of Ring? Lord of the Ring. Damn it. Woo! Sorry for that. I was like, Seigneur des Anneaux. I saw most of the movies in French. So, for example, like Lord of the Ring, if you're asking for like, give me a hobbit, then it will give you an image of a hobbit. But then like, if you ask again, it will be another habit. So if your intention is to, oh, like I like that previous habit, and now I would like to, you know, give him some, hey, thank you for the follow. Give him some different clothes, then, you know, it's a different habit, so it won't work. But with DALL-E 4, that might be possible now. So, you know, like for me, when I'm just trying to get cool images, maybe for my blog or something like that, I don't care if the image is different. In fact, that's what I want, because like if I'm asking again, I'm hoping to have something different. I'm finalizing my prompt and ask something again. I'm expecting something again. But for some people, they want the same result, but just slightly modified. So, you know, different problems. So ChatGPT 3 and 4, I think it's the prompt. I think you need to be better with the prompt. And it's the art of learning how to write good prompt, I think. So at some point, I think that's where a lot of the issue are. And sometimes people expect the answer to be perfect, but it shouldn't. It's just kind of a scaffolding of a draft, and then like you need to customize it. Even if it look finish, it's not. You're asking, give me like the solution to blah blah blah, and like give you stuff, and then like, oh, you need to fine tune it, I think. Just like if we're using, like today I will show you a library that scaffold a full API. It's great, but maybe it doesn't do exactly what you do, so you need to like finish a few things. So I think it's not useless. It depends what you want to do. It's really good in assembler. I miss a lot of let me scroll back. Yeah, I was expecting to have, like, you know, I would be surprised just reading back. So meme PP says like I find a lot of like difference, and I think I would be surprised if the opinion wouldn't be polarized. Like a lot of like discrepancy, like a lot of difference between like the how people feel about that, because it's growing fast. It's changing stuff. So some people like the change, other don't. Uh, I didn't like. I use that in my processes and stuff like that. But right now, like it's been like we were chatting at the beginning of the stream how long it's been that I've been streaming. Most of the time, streaming for me is my time. It's my way to block, and I'm hiding from, you know, I shouldn't say that. My manager is totally fine with me like coding, but I like kind of like I'm disconnected, and so you know what? For the next 2 hours, I'm having fun and I'm coding at my prime time. I'm a morning guy. If I try to code on evening, it doesn't work all the time. It works sometimes. Sometimes I'm just in the zone. It works, and sometimes just like I want to play Baldur Gate. Baldur's Gate and just like chill out, or you know, watch TV. Um, so yeah, I feel I didn't use it yet in a project. So like I'm looking forward to try build something. I had an idea of a project, and I was like that could be cool, uh, and consuming the OpenAI services inside a project. I think that would be different. Okay, let's try to catch up because I'm way behind. Why am I having so much trouble with the mouse? Every time I touch it, it just like goes super fast. Ah, that's better. Okay. Uh, it's not good at F sharp. Maybe there's not enough big pool of F sharp user. I don't know. I thought F sharp was pretty used. I don't know. Assembler. Fellowship of the Ring. Uh, yeah. I'm having like last time I chat with ChatGPT, I think I was really having fun with it, mixing French and English, and it was following, and he was responding sometime in French, sometime in English. It was like really good at like understanding my Franglish, just kind of like messing around with it, and it was just like he was following it, like it was following. You know, so I would thought like, wow, that you know, it's good to like, oh, that's French, that's English, and like mixing everything. It was pretty cool. Uh, at work, it only write code 10% of the time. Oh, okay, okay. Would love for me troubleshooting incident, coordinate effort, communication, stakeholder. Um, yeah. Well, I think you need to like you need to be more specific maybe when you ask something like that. Like instead of like asking for the full solution, I think like I use Copilot more for code. Uh, Honestly, I use more Copilot than ChatGPT for the code. For the I did some experiment with ChatGPT, but and I messed around with text with it. Like let's say like I'm writing an email, I was like, yeah, wish I could do something like that, and like, hey, reformulate that, and like, oh yeah, okay, now I could do that, and like kind of give me ideas how I could like move around my thoughts. But the thing that I don't like is a lot of people are just like asking a prompt and then like the result they send you that, and like you could see it was generated. Yeah, it should be rework after. That you're dreaming like so right now. Like Phil says, like, "Hey, I got a weird log in Azure SQL query. Please fix it." Uh, yeah, no, like there's AI analyzing your database that could catch some stuff because that AI is focused on the database issue. I don't know. That would be inform. Did you try it? That would be cool. Can you detect the problem in this slug and just like this is a SQL database on Azure? Can you detect the problem? That would be cool. That could be interesting. I wish I could get 30. Oh, I feel like the bigger, the more big, but the bigger is your like the you know the thing. I feel like it's too much at some point. I don't know, like maybe like I was messing around. I didn't, like I said, I didn't use it in like a real situation where I was just having fun with it. So the bigger it was, eh, not not better was the response. Uh, Ader, no, I heard of it. The person I was talking to with like the orc was trying to have like they are using that right now. But looking forward to move back to ChatGPT, not DALI 4 though. Yeah, I need to have more fun about that. Naming is hard. Meme naming is hard. Naming something is really really hard. It looks simple, but then what you need to pick something, that's a different game. That's so much a different game. Like you want it to be obvious, and then like versions, how like your decision. I think, uh, and like the problem with those, like it's a train model, right? So it's not they want to change the name, is they train a model. So if they update the model, then the name change. So and what was it again? I forgot. And ChatGPT, I think what was cool also was No, it was pretty good. You could ask him. So I saw example, but that's again, it depends what you want to do. One thing I saw was something. Okay, now the music is aggressing. Why can I need to make my own playlist. It's a good playlist, but it was a little bit too much. I forgot what I was saying, but yeah. Okay, sure, Dev. A job we had an internal training course that was all about productive and finding out what works for us. So I found the most productive, felt more effective, and more money. Oh, that's cool, right? When you find out, I read a book. I forgot the name of the book. But I should try to find it back. It's about productivity and just moving when you do what will will make you more productive. And like splitting and making blocks. I forgot what the book was, but it was like just like moving around like the task. So you do the same task, or like, but then you will be doing it for a fraction of the time because you're more efficient. Or like, oh, you know what? I'm my brain after lunch is a bit more kind of like slow. So maybe it's better to pass through the emails and kind of clean up the emails. Not necessarily like answering all those emails, but like cleaning the emails. Okay, this one I will reply. This one is just like, you know, sales stuff or whatever. So you're sorting your email. And then after that, maybe later on the day, passing through or, and then like coding for that part, doing this for this part. So that was pretty cool. So that's pretty cool, Sardi Dev, if they have that kind of like training at your where you work. That's cool. Franglish, Franglish. Yeah, it's a mix of French and English, but because French in French is français, so it's Franglish. So, but it's not Franglish. But I know I see what you did there. That's pretty cool. That's pretty clever. Okay, again, my mouse is acting weird. Maybe the battery is. I need to be charged. I don't use Copilot, just ChatGPT. Interesting. I say that. I didn't try ChatGPT in terms of code. Copilot hijacked my attention. I see Copilot. So I was listening to. Oh yeah, I cannot show you that because this computer. Let me move in another screen. Just want to show you something. Oh, maybe Azure DevOps. Cool. Yeah, okay, let's bring it. I was about to go in my podcast story. Am I that late in my podcast stuff? Looks like it. Yeah, that one. That one with Damien is pretty cool. So if you have time, have a look. Listen to that episode. It's pretty cool of Azure DevOps podcast with Damien Brady. So Damien used to be a Microsoft Cloud Advocate, moved to GitHub, and now he's there rocking it, honestly. And like they have a lot of talk about Copilot and how it works and the different uh, version and like how like and stuff like that. So pretty interesting. Right now, I have a lot of fun with Copilot. I feel like it's an intelligence on steroid. Okay. Let's try to... Cone. Speed up. ChatGPT is a man. So, Jason is here. Hey, Jason. How are you? Miss you, buddy. I was not sure earlier when I saw... Is it that thing? Oh, that's cool. It's exclamation point bonjour, but I'm happy to see you. I was having a lot of fun the other day. I was listening to your podcast, the Community Pulse, and you were there, and I was talking to you all along. Obviously, you didn't reply, but I didn't take it personally. Ah, that's cool. Okay, I need to catch up on all that. Uh, oh yeah, I need to say. Oh, okay, I will. You know what? Let's put it in the show notes. Note. Oh, that's. I thought I put the URL and I just put the. There it is. And I'm not sure. Is it notes or note? Let's do it both. I will probably need a little bit effort to bring back the setup with Jason, but eventually we could. But it's early for him also. I should try to stream later in the evening, but that will be like very late for you then. Sorry, then. It's better. Do it, do it. Yeah. Eventually, why not? I'm not saying not no to Jason anyway. Okay, so I think we did the tour of the GitKon stuff, the Hacktoberfest stuff. So let's talk about this new project. Is it the public repo? Where do we see if it's public? It's public, I think. Oh yeah, public here. So it's a new project. It's a 2d6 dungeon. Feels like a game because it is a game. Okay, we'll think about it, sorry, Dev. Let me take a few things here. So, this is not an ads, but I just want to give you context. Let's go full. So, sometime I go on Kickstarter, and when I found interesting project, then I contribute. And one of them was 2d6 dungeon. There's this, then this, and there's some cards here. So this is, as you may have guessed, a dice game, dice dungeon crawler game. So in one book, you have the rules. Whoops. So I explain how to play and stuff like that. And it's a game that you play by yourself. So it's a solo game, and that's what I liked about it. And I want to show you something. And then it helps you to kind of like draw a map like this. So you start with like an empty big square, you roll your dice, and then you see, oh, like my next room will be, I don't know, like 2x4. So then like you draw this, and then like you roll, and you get like 22. So you look at the definition of the room 22, explains what's inside, and like maybe you have a fight, maybe you can explore, and like you roll the dice to continue. So like it's a dice game that you play alone. And when I took some time off during the my holiday this summer, I was like, oh, you know what, like I'll bring that and I could play. And I was like, I could draw on my tablet. I found an app to roll virtual dice. So I could play in the car. It was a lot of road time, so I was like, I could do that. And then like when I'm, alone or so early in the morning or in the night, I could play that. But I found it was really hard to because initially I jumped on that project for digital version, so the PDF. So I was like, okay, finding the good page in the PDF and then rolling the dice and like drawing, and I find like, oh, I should have like 3 tablets, or like like I was missing space, and I was like, and honestly, the books are also cool. So I finally reached out to the owner and say, hey, you know what, I wanna upgrade this, and we chit chat, and so the second book is about like all those tables, when you roll and you have like this version, and there's also a place where it is with some monster, and the cards I show you are also monsters, just like a different way to have monsters. So I reached out and it's like, it would be cool to have it in an app, and like depending on the context, it could be like a companion app, and just like I rolled 22, and then like it gives you what it is and stuff like that. And the guy was chill. I was like, yeah, sure, but just don't do a companion. Do like a full app. You have my permission to do it. I was like, okay. But I'm not used to build app. But I was very excited, so I was like, that could be interesting. I could be building something in Maui, .NET Maui. It's been a while since I want to do .NET Maui. I know James Montemagno is like, do it, Frank, do it. Like, but like it was a lot of things to learn, because then like I need to manage a database inside like an app, like in your phone, because I thought working disconnected could be better. In my case, that could be interesting. So I don't know if you want to play on the plane, for example, and like how to draw and stuff like that. There's a lot of things I didn't do, and that's why I was very excited by the project. But I thought, you know what, let's step one step back, not forward, backward. And let's start with, I will need a database, and I will need something like a data access layer to access my database. And mostly when I was like thinking about all that on can spell it correctly, and I did. Oh yeah, come on, aka.ms/ on Open at Microsoft. I did an episode with Mr. Jerry here, who used to be a writer on the MSDN magazine, for those who remember those days. So hey, congrats, Stefan, 14. So Yeah, slowly. You're moving up. Way better than me. I didn't drop yet. So let's give it a try. So anyway, so I did record this episode with Jerry and share like my thoughts and stuff, and like we had a lot of fun doing that, and I got very excited and was like, you know what? I think I will do it. Did I land? 24. Yeah. Okay, at least I'm part of the winner of the today. So, yeah. Oh, I should share again my screen. So, 2D6 Dungeon app. I say app here, but I totally start by focusing on the database only. And because I'm sometime working on my Linux machine, sometime on my personal PC, maybe since like I could be doing some work for the job related to that. I was like, like feel like I will be moving around a lot. So I need a database like that I can move. And I don't necessarily want it to be in Azure. Like I think it would be a great destination, but I was like, I'm not sure I want that in Azure because right now, like, it's just development. Like, why would I run it in Azure if like I don't need it? And that was also another problem. Like for the .NET MAUI, my laptop where I was planning to work the most on that project, it's a Linux machine, and you can compile .NET MAUI, but you cannot really develop and like have all the full-fledged stuff, and I need it since I'm brand new. I need a lot of toolings to help me. So I did install a VM with Windows, and then like having the full-fledged Visual Studio, and it was working. I was able to start and say, okay, cool, it could work. My laptop was just like burning super hot, and if I want to run again that database in a container, because that was my solution, I feel like now I'm in VM in a container. I was like, maybe I should instead have a dual boot. And I think I will be doing it, the .NET MAUI, because I think it will be cool to do .NET MAUI. I was been looking for a software to do in .NET MAUI for a long time. So I think I may have a dual boot and like just like boot in Windows on those occasions. Why you say Maui and not Maui style? I'm curious. Is it like because I was thinking having like on Linux? Anyway, so what I did right now, I'm just trying to make a bad monkey. Sorry. and I fall for it. So what I did here is, let's go full screen, Frank in the corner, the other corner, voila. So I'm hiding useless information since everything is at 0. So what I did is I start by saying, okay, I want a database. I want that database to be movable. I don't want to install that database because if I install that database, I need to install it on all my machine, and I don't need that all the time. So why would I slow my, it's only one project and stuff like that. So say, I think in a container would be great. So, .NET run, and then like what database are available? Most of the database, yay! So I didn't like I didn't filter any potential solution. So I end up having MySQL just because it's been a very, very long time that I didn't play on with MySQL. And also looking at the dev container, I saw some stuff with MySQL, with Postgres, with SQL Server, but none with MySQL. I was like, yeah, if it works, then I could, add that to the list. So I thought, I would be helping the community. So I picked MySQL. That was also the first database on Linux I messed around a few years ago. So I did that, and I was like, cool, now I have a database. Yay! Did I? Oh yeah, it's a different branch. Let's go on a different branch. And I wrote all my stuff, and I'm so glad I did it because it's been 6 weeks or 5 weeks or something like that I do. Probably more because that's how long I've been not streaming. So it's mean I did that before, so I did a bit longer. So I was like, oh my god, at least I did that. And I was very excited. I don't think it's transcendent or revolutionary, but I'm pretty sure I will do a blog post about that because I think that was way too easy. Um, you just oh, did I not put anything for the database? That's not what I was looking for. That's the dab. I want to show you that after. Oh. Hmm. So what I did is I just create an image of a container. Let's make it bigger. You know, MySQL, and I should change the way I authenticated. I got in the log, you could see that it's not super safe, but right now for me, it's the disposable database. It's just for dev and stuff like that, so it's okay. Will I stick with a database in a container? Probably not. I'll probably host it somewhere. Will it still be MySQL? I don't know. Maybe it will be Postgres. Maybe it will be SQL. Right now, that's why also I did it in a container. I don't care. I just want a database and I want to have fun. And I thought MySQL will be fun. MySQL is a great database, but doesn't mean I will keep it, depending on how the project evolve. So just, you know, .NET Run, MySQL, and you pass all of that. I thought I had some kind of okay. I thought I had like kept the if you want to run just that, but apparently I didn't. Or maybe it's in the container 3. So I did that, and then like I wanted that database to be ready all the time, right? Because if you do that, you will have a new database empty. Makes sense. That's what you want. And then you could have a volume, and then like each time I start my database here, I will have it exactly where I left it. But then like if I move on another machine, I won't have those changes and stuff like that. So I was like, that's not what I want. So instead, what I do is I put some volume here, and I put some script. So I put a schema script, and I know it's super small, so let's go zoom. So I put a schema script and a data script, and I renamed them 1 and 2 because they are executed in alphabetic order, and data would be executed first. I could have changed the name also just to make it like 1 dash data 2 dash schema. I could have done that maybe, but anyway, in the doc I found people were doing it this way, and I thought, you know what, I like it. So that's what I did. So I'm just like, say, hey, execute those scripts. So the beauty of it is it create the database structure, so the tables I need, and populate with some data. So if we have a look to my script, let's go schema first. So it's purely SQL. So I'm starting armor, starting scrolls, body search, rooms. And I was just taking the book and like looking for tables and picking some tables. And that's the thing also, it's my first kind of database for a game. And there's a lot. And there's like one that will be kind of your save game or your character and stuff like that. It's like, that would be like a very kind of like one row, 10,000 columns. I was like, should I then put like in a JSON maybe? So like it's like one and just kind of like suck it up and put that in the class. I think that could be better. So you could have like a save of different character and save of different state where you are. So maybe save game, and like in the save game you have like your character and stuff like that. So I'm not sure yet how I would do those, but I feel like having like a super wide one row or very few rows but like very wide table is not a good way to go. Maybe I'm wrong. It's been a while since I messed around with database. Anyway, so that then because that's why. So and then because the project is public, I prefer working in public. I was like, I cannot put all the data because, you know, 10,000 columns of it sounds a bit to say. Yeah, right. But I don't think I have 10,000. But maybe I forgot the name on Discord. I don't want to go there, but Alpha. Maybe I should have a talk with Alpha. I forgot his name on the Discord. I don't know. I'm not sure if he continued to stream, but I know he was building like a text-based adventure game and stuff like that. I think it's Alpha. What's his part? What's his name? Anyway, maybe I should have a chat and like how he saved his stuff. Have the best practices. I did Google it with Bing a little bit. No. Okay, let's open Discord. Do I have Discord here? I don't have Discord. Let me check on my phone. That one. Codebase Alpha. I think it was Codebase Alpha. Well, not I think. I'm sure it was Codebase Alpha that was working. Yeah, old school text adventure game. Code base alpha. Yeah, cool. Yeah. Yeah, I have his channel on this guy, right? So maybe I should ping him, as he has experience, and I don't. So having before I'm getting too far into my database structure, maybe I should. Yeah, it was like there's some activity on this Discord, but I'm not sure if it's bot or like real people or something. Oh yeah, like I used to watch his stream and stuff, but it's been a while. But yeah, anyway, I mean maybe he will even collaborate with me. That would be cool. So that's the project right now. So I have this. So anyways, that's interesting. So now I have this, and I have a database in a container. Yay! But now I want something. I said I want like some access layer, right? So I was like, okay, I want to use DAB, the Azure Data. Did I put any? Like that's not good documentation. Yeah, but I didn't. I was partially documenting stuff. I need to finish it. So with DAB is you could. Frank, you're in the way. Let's go the other corner. So now you could do DAB in it, and then you pass your database. So in my case, it was MySQL. It supports many different databases, and you pass your connection string Okay, so here was like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. And then you just do that. And it will scaffold automatically an API that will map your database in a snap. And you could have GraphQL connection, REST connection, Swagger will be there. Like, oh, it's pretty cool. And then it was why that doesn't work. Interesting. Doesn't work in interesting. Azure Data API Builder. There it is. Let me put that here. Oh yeah, he's very busy at work. Well, I'll ping like a chat, just And if he is busy, I understand. Like I was busy for a little while. Not that I'm not anymore, but I thought I deserve a coding time. So yeah, pretty active in community. 500 stars, 54. So it's a new projects, and it's pretty cool. A lot of people contributing. I need to check if I could contribute. In fact, or maybe there's like a work Oktoberfest. Oh, it is available to Oktoberfest. So I should definitely have a look. Maybe I could contribute to that thing. So if you use that, like I was saying, like you just like initialize it, and you will have the rest, your GraphQL. It will support different authentication if you want. You like with REST, you have like a CRUD type operation. I think for me right now, that's perfectly what I want because there's no major logic. If like I still want the game to be kind of manual and like you just like click what you want to do. And I was thinking maybe at the first version, my first client could be web. So, drawing the map online will be cool. I didn't do that on Blazor. Obviously, I will be using Blazor. So, like drawing the map as you're doing it and like adding comments and stuff. So I feel like it was a lot of like potential interesting things in it. So that would be cool. Filtering, like you have a lot of information with GraphQL. Same thing. You have the CLI to like do updates and create and add stuff. Sorry, and if you deploy it online, that was pretty cool. I was pretty amazed with that. And that's an episode that is coming up is it October or November? We record that. I'm not sure when on Open at Microsoft. We show that you take the config file, put it with your static web app, and just like nothing else. You don't need to specify anything else. It will just like happens. You will have like a full API available there. Pretty cool. And you get all the swagger and all the things. There's some example. Oh, they have some videos. Did they put the... Yay! They put my video there. Awesome. Oh, there's plenty of videos. Oh, that's pretty cool. But yeah, and it's 100% open source. You could contribute and things like that. There was an event coming up in Denver, and I was planning to go to talk about that. I'm not sure we'll go, unfortunately. By the way, Jason doesn't look very well right now. I may not go. And by May, you know what I mean, right? So yeah, that's a project. Have a look. That I think it's pretty cool. Trust me, I was too. Was like, yeah, we'll stay more days. I could maybe do a hike, a hangout. We'll see. Like I did yell loud, but we'll see how it goes. We can have that chat offline. I will feel way more comfortable just in case other people are watching. Um, okay, so yeah, so what's cool? And the dab tool, it's a .NET, so you could just like run it and it will create it. So you just need .NET. It's a .NET tool. I was like, okay, but what if again I don't want to install a tool and I don't want to like keep that, so I could be running in a container, and they already have a container. I think it's that version. I didn't run it in a container. Well, yeah, that on that version I was running the database in a container, but then Dab was really running locally on my machine. Was like cool, but then if I start using an app, like so I was like okay, and like I also want to have everything in a dev container, like when I'm running. So I said, oh, you know what? Let's try to do a 3 container VS Code environment. So that's here what I'm trying to do. Like how it works, again, let's me move in the other corner. So like if you start, you could do Dabini. In fact, that's how I built. I think I created like a simple .NET container to work. That would explain why this morning I was doing some cleanup on my machine. I was like, why do I have like a plain .NET container? And I think that's why. I created the plain .NET container and I work there to build my config file. So the way it works is Dab will read your configuration file, and from there will scaffold your API. And it's really easy to do. So you just initialize it, and then after that, you would say, okay, I'm adding room. The source will be the table rooms, and like if there's different, you want to specify the ID of your table, and then like if there's permissions. So right now for me, I was messing around trying different things. It's true I didn't log the error. I found some error. And then you could say permission, because obviously maybe for adding or creating new rooms, you want admin to have that permission, and like then for reading it's like anonymous. So like right now I say, you know what, just to save me time, I said permission anonymous, and then like everything. I could have put star there also. That was in the documentation that we're using star. And then I had body search. So body search in the game is, let's say you found a corpse, or after a fight you want to see like can you loot some stuff on those. Then you do a body search, you roll the dice, and it tells you what you found. So that's why I have this table. I thought it was just like be interesting. And you just do a dab start and it works, and it will, and after that you could run it this way. Can I think I have the project, right? I have the project open. Let's try to reopen a container, see if it works. Ah, interesting. Let's do that. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's close this. Let's reopen it. But who, like, so who I am? Forgot the comment. How do you know? Who are you? But I'm Frank. Do I need maybe to log off and log in? Or maybe it's not running. That's huge. Yeah, I think I install a Docker desktop and I think I need to start it now. It's not the daemon anymore. I think that was just a problem. So while this is booting, so yeah, so right now what I did is, let me show you. So I'm running a 3 container stuff. So let's start by the last one. That one, we already saw it, is DB6 server. It's a MySQL and it's the same thing. If you want to run it with like only that, so like here I did like a database compose only, you need to open the port because that's 3306 is the port that MySQL use. So you could be docker up this file and it will just create the database. But in this case, I'm not doing that because I will do it inside my dev container configuration. And it was harder than I thought. Like not harder, but it was not that hard. But there was a lot of little details, and I was definitely not used to all those details. It was pretty fun. So I think also I should blog or make a video about that setup, because we see sometimes 2 container, even that there's a lot of like, okay, it's working, I'm using it, but understanding why it's working and how it's working, I think it's interesting. And because then like you could customize it a little bit easier. So now I have my server, so I have in a container my database. So now I want I call that the API box, dev box, API box. In that one, let's go. Is it big enough? It's big enough, right? That one, I'm using the data API builder. I told you they have images, so you could just like use that Docker run, point that. So if your database is, you already have a database, or your database is in Azure, it could be Cosmo, it could be MySQL, SQL Server, like Postgres, like they support any kind of database, or mostly any kind. You could just like use that, pass the connection string, or in fact you're passing your config file. I will show you my config file, and in there you have your connection string, so it will connect and scaffold right away. So you could have like a database somewhere, that in a dev container, in a container, sorry, not a dev container, in a container, and you're good to go to code whatever you want. In my case, the database is in a container. The API will be in a different container. And then, thank you for the follow, League of Ego Boy. No, Lego Boy. Yeah, who doesn't like Legos? I was at the store yesterday and I was like, oh my god, I should get out before I buy stuff. So yeah, so I have that. And then at the end, I have my dev box where I will be building my Blazor WebAssembly or whatever I want. So that one, I'm using a Docker file. We'll go see there. And then like that, also the thing, you need to have the network. So you need to specify network. So like all those containers talk to each other. I'm really bad at network. So that part, I know it's obvious, but I didn't think about it initially. It was not too long before I found it. But yeah, so I do that. And Yeah, and then like you put the depends on, will specify the orders. That's kind of classic in any kind of like architecture as code. You need to specify like if there's dependencies. So obviously to get my dev box, well, it doesn't really need the API ready, but if I want to start, needs to be there. So API, and for the API, you absolutely need the dev server to be there because otherwise it won't be able to connect. So yeah, so if we go in the Docker file, I don't think there's a lot. I'm just starting from an images, and I want to use .NET 7. I know .NET 8 preview is out, but I was trying so many different things. I was like, you know what? Let's go with a version that is finished and stable. So that's why I picked 7. I may update to 8. And there's a .NET Conf coming up, so I may jump it out. But for now, that's the beauty of it. Since it's a container, it's easy to change. Well, not because it's a container. Well, yeah, for the environment, it's easy. And Docker Compose, we saw it, dev container. So let's go dev container. In my dev container, give it a name. Say I'm using the Docker Compose that I share with you. And then install some tools. So the .NET C#, the dev environment, the Git lens, cannot live without that anymore. That's Git Kraken. And then, yeah, I had some weird issue with certificate and stuff, so I'm not sure I'm doing it 100% correctly. And this morning I kind of clean up everything on my machine locally. .NET was acting weird, and I think it was configured with 2 different source. So, but I think this morning I cleaned up the good way and reinstalled it the good way, or like one way. So at least now it will be a little bit more consistent. But yeah, so here I didn't put certificate yet. Feel like I should do it. But again, because I'm on Linux, I think there's something special to do with the certificate and stuff. So like I will need to investigate that. The part forwarding, so like that was the thing, you need to open all the ports for all your environments. So like 3306 for MySQL, 5000, 5001 for the web API and Blazor that I will be running. And I'm specifying that at HTTPS. And initially, yeah, I could remove that. Initially, what I was trying, I didn't realize that they had an image. You know, that simplify a lot my stuff. Initially, I was just like having a .NET container and then like running install. This is how you install the API builder, .NET tool install. But since they have a container with the image already installed, I was like, yeah, I don't need that anymore. So that's why I just like commented, because maybe I will have something else there. And yeah, so maybe it's only me, but often these days when I'm creating stuff with .NET, I'm running in an issue where inside the container, my user doesn't have permission. And the way to change that is to do a chmod 777 in the host. And I don't understand. I feel like it's wrong. It fixed the problem, but I feel like it's wrong. And I didn't find clear answer. Or like when people are answering on internet, they're like super pro Linux or like super deep knowledgeable about the .NET stuff, and I don't understand what they're saying. So I will need to maybe ping C# Fritz or some friend and ask like what I'm supposed to be doing here. But then like I feel like it's in between the it's a permission stuff on Linux, so I'm not sure like who can help. But like I should ask. There's plenty of way for me to find people. So that's about it. Is it running now? I don't think it's running, right? Are we in a container now? No, we're not. We're still on Logan. So let's try. Close this and reopen it. And we go dev, GitHub, everyday. this. Let's try again. Reopen in a container. Have to drop. Cool, Stefan. Nice to see you. See you next time. Hopefully next Friday. Let's try to drop again. I didn't check where I landed. I was about to say the cryptographer will land, but then he got pushed. Code by mistake. Will land with a good score. Wait. Do I want to install the Docker extension? No. Oh, you say that because Docker file is open? There was problem loading the project. See, that's the thing. Okay. So the error was that failure while loading the workspace 2D600 app project packages Microsoft ASP.NET Core component analyzer version 7, was not found. We may have been deleted since the NuGet restore, otherwise NuGet restore may have only partially completed, which may have been due to a maximum path length restriction. Oh. Complete reload all the project. Okay. But now, okay, so now we are in Bash. Okay. Why it's Bash and it's not ZSL, ZSL. Okay, now if I do list, I should go in the source directory. And here, do I have a solution? I have a project. I have a solution. Oh yeah, because the API is already... Okay, so the API is already running. Can I ping it right away? So if I do localhost, local... Why am I having so much trouble typing? Localhost, and then it was 3306, and then Swagger. Or maybe I need API. I forgot what it was. Let's open. I'm guessing in my Insomnia. Where is it? Insomnia. I still have it somewhere. Any non-digital friends landed? Environment. My collection. That's not what I want. I didn't create it. I was not working on that machine. Okay. Note. Okay, if I go a little bit smaller, I have Insomnia. I have collection. I've just note in collection. Ah, I didn't have it. Damn it. It should be working, right? Maybe it needs to be HTTPS. No? Okay, if I try to do just like a F5, what is it? What is it? Function F5. No? Whoops. What's that cursor? That was a funny cursor. F5. Well, it worked. I forgot where I was. That was the problem of today. That's why the goal of today was just like, please install Edge. Nope. I could. I mean, do I need Edge to be able to run that? Build failed. Okay. Let's Control C. .NET build. See, that's the problem. Permission denied. And that's because if I do if I do a LA, like they don't have the right permission. I don't know how to fix that. Like I mean, I can do a CH mode, but I feel like it's wrong. I mean, I need to do it now if I want to continue. But I feel like this is not the proper way to fix that. Any idea? You understand the problem here? I created the container, so and like permission right now was on the root. Oh, wow. Yeah, the workspace was created by the root, but I'm not the root anymore. I'm VS Code, so I cannot. I don't have access. Right? If I go here and cd dev github fb and 2, if I do a ls la, so here it's all frank. In the Docker file, yeah, that's the thing. I was not sure where and how to do it properly. I mean, I could log, like one other solution is if I go in the file, in the dev container, I'll just minimize that. In the dev container, they say like uncomment to connect as root instead. Like that will also fix my problem. Maybe that's what I should be doing as I'm a developer. If your browser accept call from localhost, yeah. Like 100%, I'm not the only one having this kind of problem. I just want to show the solution, so I will just uncomment this for now. Save. Let's rebuild. There's something here that I don't understand. Like I understand why it's not working, but I don't understand the proper way to fix it. And I think you're right, Jason, where like we need to configure it, but I'm just not sure how to do it. Like, you know, first example is like here, there's a problem. There's a problem because it can't do stuff. So here I'm root. If I do now, yeah, I should go back in the source repos folder. Cool enough. I do a .NET build. Okay, so now it's working. If I do F5, let's have a look. Meanwhile, I could go in source. Oh, it's quick. I think fetch data is where I put this stuff. Ha, it's working! I need to check. So yeah, so see, we're reading the rooms. Yay! So that's what I built. That's my demo. Thank you, everybody. That's the status. I was just trying to have stuff up, but I was not happy with the .NET thing. And I think my problem also prevents me to have the full, you know, there's a new extension now in VS Code. The, where is it? No, not local container. Oh, maybe it's not install. Is it that one? I thought it was the dev something. Maybe that it's not installed. That's why it's not. Oh, let's go again. Wait a second. Let's open a new window. So here I'm local. So that one here is local. So if I go in my extension, oh, dev kit, C# dev kit. That's the one I want. I installed that, right? Let's go back. Control C this. Ah, it's not in the dev container. Definitely want it in the dev container. If I go dev container, there it is. So now we'll be part of it all the time. Let's rebuild. Okay, so I want to show you quickly the code. So in the source, oh yeah, okay, I'm not hiding anything. So here I scaffold that with like a basic .NET new. Did I save that in my documentation, my trace? It was here. If I go back here, I think I didn't. So tree container, kind of like explain that. Yes. Oh, it was 500. I think it was this, and then I could do API if I do Swagger. No. Is it directly Swagger? Yeah, it's the Swagger stuff. So just Swagger like that, and boom, I have everything. So like we had the room, we had the body search. Those were the stuff we configured. Oh, I didn't show you my config file, right? So now if I want to have the room that was in the documentation, I could just like do a post passing that, and it will run. It will work. Yeah, see, I have here Docker run. Just like do that. But like I didn't specify. So I had the Docker run. I told you, like, that was kind of like my brain dump stuff. It's like, yeah, I will need that later. Yeah, I need to show you this. So that was cool. I really like that it scaffold everything. If I go back in the code, I see the time flying. I just want to make sure we did a tour. So next stream, we're really kind of like jumping in and adding functionality. And maybe I will have the time to talk to Codebase Alpha before. Oh, here, DAB configuration is here. It's not part of that project, but it's one folder, everything. So here we have like the data source. So we specify the database type, the connection string, and I'm sharing my user password. As you can see, like it's a very bad password. I don't care. It's a container. It's like I delete that every time. It's unexposed. You could decide to not have. So here, like GraphSQL, I was not planning to use it. So I just like say, you know what, disable it or enable false. And then the host, you could specify some origin to like limit who can access your database. Good strategy, right? Here I'm just allowing everything again to keep it simple for me. You could specify some credential. You could provide the authentication using a static web. Like there's a lot of configuration you could do. And then like you specify your room entity. So the object is room, that's based on your database. And you could go with your table and stuff. Database, I could connect to it using the Azure Data Studio. No, I forgot. There was a twist to. I think I have it on my other machine. Gonna run. I'm leaving anyway. So it was a pleasure having you on the stream, and we need to chat, Jason. So yeah. So here, body search was also there. I just want to show you then the page. The page was fetch data. So what I did here, let's remove this. Just doing like a call. Very simple. That's the beauty of it. So the fun part is there's no code to like do that API. I just like using the API builder to do it, and I can just like move around, and that's it. And yeah, here I was having some trouble initial. Oh yeah, that's true. Initially, I was having some trouble reading it, and that's why there's like two calls. And the problem was, I think it was the class. Did I? Yeah. So I need to specify. Initially, I was just trying to, hey, I'm having an array of that, and it doesn't work. I need to have the root as value because the output was if we go here and we say get and run it. So like that's the output. And my problem was I cannot get rid of that. I don't know how to get rid of that. I wish it could be rooms or something like that instead of value. So maybe it's a standard, but that took me a lot of time to pass that, like way too much time. So I didn't find anything specific in the doc about that. But again, maybe it's me that, like, it's classic. Frank, come on, like you're returning that, like it's value and makes sense. But I wish I could define that so it's rooms. So I'm reading the table. I'm reading the table rooms, and those are the value of the room. So I am expecting that to be rooms, not value. And it's singular. I don't know. For me, it felt wrong. I don't know. Maybe it's me. We'll have to see if I could do that, because then like when you're defining your class, where is it? Go back here. When you're defining your class, having like list of room value felt weird. And maybe I could customize it and put like rooms and then like put like the mapping when I will be serializing or deserializing it. I could do that, but I felt I should be able to manage what the output looked like. So I thought that's why, when you specify, you say, hey, object, it's room. So anyway, so I will need to check. Maybe it's me. I don't know. I will have to check. But that's the beauty of it. So that's the new project, 2d6 dungeon. Again, from this those books. It's a project. You can buy it. It's available online. If you're interested, always, this project is open source, so totally open to collab. Right now, I won't put it in the Hacktoberfest because it's way too early for me to like I'm worried that a lot of people want to contribute. Like I can manage like a few, some cloudies that join, but I don't want like have 100 people try to go too fast for me because I'm just getting started with that project. But 2d6 dungeon donjon. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, okay, and that's the page. So let's put that in the notes. Note. And let's do it with plural notes because I never know which one it is. Voila. So you can have a look. It's pretty cool. So like you're rolling your dice and drawing if you're in the dungeon crawler or the dungeon dragon space. I think it's pretty cool. And you could look on YouTube. There's also video of like the creator playing the game and showing you some examples. Pretty cool. Did some live stream also, getting details. There are a contest right now where you could like build your spooky, because of October, spooky new monster stuff. So like there's a lot of activity. Very nice community. Definitely have a look. And that will conclude this week, I think. Yeah, very happy to get back. So on the to-dos, oh yeah, I should. And yeah, we'll start. So I start using Obsidian. I don't know if you know that thing. What I want to do, start using Obsidian, and I need to install that on my Linux machine so I could have like to-dos and monitor stuff. Let's do here to do. that's a to-do. Needs to be done. So yeah, that will be it for today, guys. Cloudies. Uh, I don't think we'll raid anybody. We're just 5, 6 with me. So I will let you go on somewhere else. I will see you next week. I really hope that. And I know before that long pause, I was really planning to do 2 days. Uh, I'm still thinking about it. Not thinking about it. Like I still try to find a good pace so I could be comfortable and have a long run. I don't want to do it like for 3 weeks and after that, like I'm burned out. So I'm just trying to find when is the good time. Is it like Monday where I have a lot more energy, or is it like midweek to kind of like chill? I don't know. I just need to find the good moment, and then like I will try to keep that habit definitely later in the day than right now. So that's the plan. So I wish you all a good weekend, and I will see you next week. Bye bye. Ah, wrong button. Let's try again. Bye bye, everyone.